Hey there, West Michigan. Meteorologist Michael Behrens joining you on this Saturday evening for a winter weather update. It has been a messy evening across West Michigan. The snow has been falling. Some wintry mix has been falling. And if you've been out on the roadways anytime recently, you've certainly seen the mess that has been out there. The traffic has been slowed down. Of course, the road conditions deteriorating from time to time. We're seeing those road conditions continue to not be the greatest out there this evening as snow continues to fall across the region. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of our tower cameras out there. This is the WGHN tower camera over in Grand Haven, where we're seeing plenty of snow coming down at this hour. That snow, of course, causing headaches for travelers across the region. Here's the Walker tower camera looking out over the city. You can see a little bit of that snow accumulating out there. The roads, not too much you can see from that view there. We'll pop over to the downtown camera. Again, snow hanging around all across the region, and snow, of course, falling over at the airport as well. These snowy conditions going to prompt continued hazards through the next several hours, and for that reason, we have winter weather advisories that were originally only going to go till this evening that have been now extended until 5 a.m. It was also expanded to pick up Van Buren and Kalamazoo counties. You guys were not under it earlier today when it first came out, but since the weather has progressed a little further south, the alerts have progressed down there as well. And you can see those winter weather advisories cover not just West Michigan, but over toward Detroit as well, Lansing, Ann Arbor, down into northern portions of Indiana, looks like as well, under that winter weather advisory, northern portions of Ohio too. So we're seeing this winter weather advisory cover a good chunk of the region, and again, going to continue until 5 a.m. Sunday. Now, part of that reason is once we get past the heavier snow this evening, we are heading toward more messy conditions when it comes to the possibility of a little bit of light icing overnight. Some light freezing drizzle concern from the National Weather Service as we head through the next several hours and into the overnight. That could make roads very slippery overnight. That's why that advisory going to continue. Speaking of slippery roads, look at those traffic cameras there on the right side of the screen. You can see the tire tracks through the snow. The roads started getting slushy here this afternoon. One of our production people here at 13 on Your Side said they usually have a shorter trip. It took them quite a long time to make it into the building this evening as snow has really started to impact those roads out there. Not seeing a whole ton of traffic. Looks like a lot of people are staying inside, which is not a bad idea. With all of the slippery conditions out there. The good news is, though, you can see the bulk of the heavier snow starting to push past 131, and as that moves on out of here, hopefully these roads can get cleared up a little bit before we add the possibility of a little bit of a glaze of ice as we head through tonight. Either way, it's going to be slippery, and you need to be using caution because all of the snow is certainly going to stick around through the overnight tonight as temperatures have stayed below freezing today in Grand Rapids. In fact, we never got above 29 this afternoon, so no above freezing temperatures for us. Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, South Haven, you guys kind of straddling that freezing line, but you'll drop below it overnight. 30 right now in Muskegon, 28 in Fremont, and 26 in Big Rapids. The next several hours, temperatures will drop down into the 20s as we head through the overnight tonight. Of course, that means nothing going to melt. Everything that's fallen will stick around, and that ice potential will be in there too. It's really going to be in here where you see that mix of snow and cloud cover through the overnight hours. Between hours, we could see some of that freezing drizzle come out of those clouds as well, and that'll be the concern overnight. Good news tomorrow, we will get toward above freezing just barely, though we will see some scattered snow potential that will stick around as we head into tomorrow as well. Let's go and take a live look at the radar across the region where you can see a little burst of snowfall in the back end coming through the Ravenna area right now, Grand Haven, heading toward Allendale up into southern Newaygo County. This is going to work its way toward Kent County in the next little bit, so be ready for some additional light to maybe moderate snowfall in there. Light snow starting to wrap up in Ionia County, same as you head down toward Berry and Allegan County, but a decent snow burst, likely some wintry mix in here too, ongoing in our southern counties. I-94 from Hartford all the way through Battle Creek and out of our viewing area past the Albion area, seeing decent snowfall all along I-94. So don't be surprised to see traffic slowdowns or slick spots if you're traveling in the southern portion of the viewing area this evening. The same pretty much 131 from just south of Door all the way down into Kalamazoo County, down towards Schoolcraft as well, dealing with that decent amount of snowfall pushing through at this hour. Take a little bit bigger view here. Not much back out toward the west at the moment. The bulk of the snowfall is pushing past us at this hour. But again, as we head into the overnight hours tonight, our headaches not totally done just yet. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. You can see the first round of snow pushes out, but you note that little band out there over the lake, that moisture, that starts to slide on shore as we head into the overnight hours tonight. And as that does, again, it doesn't look like much here in the model. Let me back it up just a few frames. You can see where those little blips kind of come on shore over toward Holland, South Haven, and it's kind of that mix. That's going to be that freezing drizzle potential. It's not going to be heavy. It's not going to be major accumulations, but the freezing drizzle potential will be there overnight tonight. And then as we head into Sunday, scattered snow chances will continue across the region. The good news is Sunday, the scattered snow potential not nearly as impactful as it will be this evening. The snow accumulation tomorrow really not looking at anything more than an inch at the most. Then some more snow chances come through as we head toward Monday. That first scattered bit wraps up Sunday night. Here comes Monday, another round of snow, maybe some rain mixing in there, slides on through as we head through the day on Monday. Let's take a closer look at that ice potential. This is the Ice Vision 12-hour forecast here. You can see from Muskegon down through Holland, over toward Allegan County, and especially areas south of 96 could get that light glaze of freezing drizzle here this evening. Really not more than 1/10 of an inch at the most. Not really seeing anything major accumulating from that, but again, all it takes is a little bit of freezing drizzle to make things very slippery out there, so caution will be needed through the overnight hours. When it comes to snow potential between now and tomorrow morning, not really going to see much more than 1/2 inch at the most added on top of what we've seen out there already today. Maybe add another 1/2 inch at the most through Sunday afternoon with the scattered bands of snowfall, but again, those areas of snow not going to be nearly as impactful or widespread as today. Coming through Monday, again, maybe another 1/2 inch or so added on there too. Any additional snow accumulations over the next couple of days looking pretty minor as of right now. Here's a quick look at the next 5 days. Scattered wintry mix continues as we head through this evening and into tomorrow. 34 your high Sunday, Monday 36, Tuesday up to 40. We climb to the mid to upper 40s by the midweek. Scattered rain showers becoming pretty likely with the possibility of some mix in there as well with those scattered rain showers both Wednesday and Thursday. Although, of course, our immediate problem here this evening remains the possibility for that light ice glaze overnight, in addition to the snow that's causing issues on the road right now. Again, that's why we do have those winter weather advisories in place now till 5 o'clock as we head toward tomorrow morning. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Facebook live chat here, see what you guys are saying out there this evening. I got that pulled up on my phone here. Marie checking in from Muskegon, Larry checking in, Christina in Cutlerville, Aaron in Muskegon, and Larry in Big Rapids. Good to see you guys. Aaron from Muskegon as well. Jennifer celebrating Michigan's win today. They took down Ohio State. Very nice to see that happen. And of course, I believe the Spartans game just wrapped up too. I think they took down Penn State. I didn't see the score there, but it looked like they were celebrating at the end of the game. So good news there. Marie checking in, Nicole from Traverse City, Terry checking in, Melanie from Grand Haven, Andrew from Woodhaven checking in, Larry, Candy from Allendale checking in, John from Southeast Grand Rapids, Regina, hello there. I know you're probably liking this forecast. I see your comments on my post out there, always wanting the snow to come. So got some of it here today. Not a major snowfall, not a lot, but you know, enough to make things messy out there. That's what we're seeing here this evening. Vicky checking in, Ruben, hi Nicole, Ruben's from Lakeview. Jeannie in Marco Island, Florida, avoiding this mess, so jealous of that. Jim saying stay at home, certainly not a bad idea here this evening, especially with the roads being like they are. Let me put that radar and street view back up there so you can see what's going on out the door. Look at the travel lanes out there. You can see the tire marks running through them. Anytime you see that particular look, it means there's plenty of slippery spots out there on the road, and it will be a slippery night as we go forward. Let's see. Tom says playing bumper cars out there. I hope not. It was slippery out there today. I was on my way into work about earlier this afternoon, and some of the cars were really just, I don't know if it's just like forgetting how to drive in the snow, but they were swerving and slipping all over the place. And it's just like, yeah, slow down. And you got to be safe out there this evening for sure. Kara saying Fruit Ridge and Avenue in Sparta is a sheet of ice, snowy and ice. So definitely be careful out there. That's in Sparta, and I wouldn't be surprised if many other places across the region seeing very similar conditions to use caution with. Let's see. Heather says Greenville is quite messy at this hour. Christina confirming that too. 57 through Greenville, Carson City was bad. Not surprised there either. Take caution out there this evening. Kara, the positive note there, says it is pretty, though. That is certainly the case, and we would always love to see your photos here at 13 on your side. You can follow me, Meteorologist Michael Behrens, on Facebook, and at Mike Behrens WX on Twitter and Instagram. Always love to see your photos. We share some of those here on air from time to time and on our social media pages. Patty loving the snow as well. Tammy checking in from Fremont, Jonathan from Hudsonville, Lucy in Muskegon. Let's see. Cindy was posting the score from the Ohio State game earlier, if you guys missed that. Michigan 42, Ohio 27. She thinks, not 100% sure on that. I got to tell you, you're more sure than I am, because I didn't see the score. I just saw the highlights they played not too long ago, 13 on your side, after the Spartans game wrapped up there this evening. Of course, we got more football coming at you this evening, so if you're sticking around for the football game, I'm not 100% sure who the late game is. I think it's Oklahoma State. So this should be a pretty good grudge match there. 13 on your side, of course, our latest newscast will come up after that game comes to an end. Chris checking in. Cindy saying it's snowing in Muskegon. Becca backing that up as well. Let's see. Sue is headed back to Muskegon from Geneva, Illinois tomorrow morning. Be careful, especially early before the plows may have a chance to get some salt out there on the ice that could come overnight, especially. Let me go back to that Ice Vision forecast here. That'll probably help you out to see where most of that potential will be. That's going to be southern portion, South Haven, up to Holland, up to Muskegon. So if you're traveling 196, US 31 early, be careful in that neck of the woods. And of course, be careful for the scattered snow potential tomorrow too. While it won't be as bad as today, you could see areas that drop visibility fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and go to Sunday morning here. This is 6 a.m. You can see a little of those snow bands coming together, very scattered in nature, but again, with the scatteredness comes some heavier portions like here and here and here. Don't get too hung up on where these are being shown on the model. Just understand that the potential for those heavier bands exists from time to time, and they can quickly drop visibility and produce slick spots. Temperatures tomorrow only going to barely crack that freezing mark. We'll jump over to the 5-day here, 34. Going to be your high tomorrow. So again, barely cracking freezing, the snow sticking around. Roads will likely be slippery at times throughout the day tomorrow as well. Let's see. Tina said the snow is coming back in Newaygo. We'll back up into the radar, show you the latest radar image across the region as well. We'll go a little closer than that. There we go. Yep, there's a little bit of that snow band working its way through Newaygo right now. Pretty quick band that should back down here shortly. Ravenna seeing plenty of snow down at Allendale, Grand Haven. Fairly quiet in Grand Rapids right now, but again, that next snow band's heading our way. And then again, 94, kind of a mess down to the south right now. That band that's moving through Grand Haven, we could see it on our WGHN tower camera. We'll put that back up there. You can see the snowflakes flying around out there. Of course, this camera's up on the tower, so it's going to look a little more impressive up to the up at that height. But again, the snow chances do exist out there. Here's Muskegon. Doesn't look like it's snowing right now for you guys, but again, look at the roads out there. You can see the snow on the roads, the tire tracks in that snow. Again, something to be careful about as we head through the rest of this evening. Let's see. Gary checking in from Grand Haven. Darlene reporting snow in Stanwood. Teresa says 131 between Big Rapids and Grand Rapids is not good. Very icy. Would not be surprised because it has been snowing for a good chunk of today. Let's put this radar in motion. You can see that snow coming through there over the last several hours. So hopefully the road crews can get on that here in the next little bit and get this first wave out of the way and then put some salt down before that chance of some freezing drizzle comes through tonight. Brenda saying go blue as well. Let's see. Clarence says they were in GR, Grand Rapids, for Thanksgiving and now back to Lay Acres in Florida. Again, you guys are getting out just in time. Speaking of getting out, my mother-in-law was up here for a couple days for Thanksgiving, but she can't quite escape to Florida. She's only escaping back down to Indiana. So some mess down there too, just not quite as much as what we have up here right now. They usually got to wait a little bit longer to get more impactful snowfalls a little bit further to the south. Let's see. Patty celebrating the party in Ann Arbor as well. Let's see. Cindy's over toward Whitehall says the snow looks to have slowed down just a little bit. Yep. All right, I think that brings us to the end of the Facebook live chats, and we are going live here this evening across multiple platforms. We're on the 13 on your side mobile app if you have that on your phone, and of course we're on YouTube as well. So I don't want to ignore the YouTube audience. I want to go ahead and check real quick and see if I can see any comments on the YouTube version of this stream, because I don't want you guys to leave those comments behind and not get addressed here this evening. Oh, I don't think I can see it on there. So let me pop over to it on my mobile phone. Don't have an account on the computer next to me here, so we'll just make sure there's no comments in that section. If there are, I want to address those guys because we want to make sure that we're responding the best we can to all of the viewers that we have out there. All right, yep. Looks like at least I'm not seeing any of the YouTube comments here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any in there. If there is, I do apologize if I can't see them. So if you have a question and you're on YouTube and I haven't responded to you, drop a comment on my Facebook, Meteorologist Michael Behrens, or on my Twitter at MikeBehrensWX, and I will get back to you shortly. So I think that takes care of the overwhelming majority of the things here we're talking about this evening. We'll go ahead and we will circle back to the top if you guys are just joining us here and run down through what we're expecting through the rest of the evening here just one more time. So we'll pop back up to the latest winter weather alerts. Winter weather advisories in place for the entirety of the 13 on your side viewing area. This will be from now until 5 o'clock this morning because the possibility for some light freezing drizzle overnight could make roads quite slippery out there. Here's the radar right now. The bulk of the snow is starting to move out, but it's left its presence in the region with the roads out there certainly slippery. Plenty of snow to navigate as you're driving this evening. So make sure you're doing so safely and make sure you're doing so with caution as you head out. What's on the ground now going to stay. Temperatures never made it above freezing today. 29 right now, Grand Rapids, 31 Holland, 30 in Muskegon, kind of straddling that freezing line down to the south. Another reason why that freezing drizzle could be a problem down there. When it comes to the next several hours in Grand Rapids, temperature is going to stay in the 20s through the overnight with the possibility of some additional light snow, possibly some of that freezing drizzle too, though that problem looks to be a little bit bigger south of 96. We'll be into the mid-30s as we head through tomorrow afternoon. Radar right now showing a couple areas of snowfall out there, one moving out of Muskegon County, coming down pretty good in Ottawa County. That snow starting to pick up again in Sparta, heading heading toward Walker in the next little bit, in Grand Rapids, Kent County after that. Light snow right now wrapping up in Ionia, the same in Berry County and Allegan County. 131 south, once you get south the door, expect to see some snowfall there. Again, with the possibility of some decent snowfall right now. Van Buren, Kalamazoo, and Calhoun counties. 94, use caution out there if you're traveling along that corridor, especially if you're coming back from Ann Arbor. I know a lot of guys are probably out there watching that game tonight, and I know some more people are probably watching the Penn State Spartans game too. Plenty of snow from Ann Arbor over toward Lansing, down to Jackson. Lots of slippery spots out there for travel here this evening. Big picture though shows most of that snow wrapping up, pushing on out. That will continue through the next couple of hours, but the concern overnight will be that little band out there over the lake. You see that push in, that moisture? This could produce a little bit of freezing drizzle once it moves on shore overnight. You're not going to see much on the models because this is going to be very, very light, but it's going to only take a little bit of that light drizzle to make things quite slippery overnight. Scattered snow potential continues as we head into Sunday, but impact's going to be much less than what we've had today. That wraps up as we head into Sunday night into Monday morning. Pretty quiet. Then Monday itself brings another chance for some scattered snow, maybe some rain to West Michigan. Here's a look at the ice potential out there again next 12 hours. Muskegon south, 96 south, going to be the biggest area that we could see a little bit of light icing. You notice all the totals in this area come in around 0 to 0.1. That's because we're not expecting very much potential out there, but it doesn't take a lot to make things slippery, and that's why those winter weather advisories continue tonight. Additional snow accumulations overnight, likely between a ½ inch to maybe an inch on the high end. That would be about it that we would add overnight. Same tomorrow, not adding very much, going to be very few and far between. And then as we head toward Monday, again, not adding a lot, but maybe ½ inch up to an inch at the most. It's going to be much less widespread over the next couple of days and much less impactful. Here's a look at that next 5-day planner for you again. We have warming temperatures as we head into the week. Mid to upper 40s by Wednesday and Thursday with some rain chances moving into the picture. Of course, we will be keeping you up to date here at 13 on your side and keeping you up to date coming up after the late football game, which is just getting underway right now. It's Oklahoma State on 13 on your side. Hope you enjoy that game. And of course, join us later this evening for the conclusion of that game and your late local news. You can also watch that stream at 13onyourside.com and the 13 on Your Side mobile app. Have a great evening. Stay safe out there, West Michigan.